Hello. So we're doing another review, oh, another thing. This is the Blasters add-on, and in my opinion, the best one, because a lot of the other ones, one of them just got updated. I haven't actually looked into that one yet, but I looked into it originally, and it kind of was the same gun, kind of copy and pasted over and over again. And with some of the other blaster mods that I've seen, it's kind of the same thing. Where like, yeah, they have different abilities. Like one's a shotgun, one's a beam, one's singular fire, but they're still all in general the same. Um, this one, everything's unique. There's not anything that's similar here. Not similar enough to count it at least. Um, so first off, this is Doc. I can't because I'm in creative. I can't talk to him. I'll go into survival in a second so you can see how his system works. But how this works and how you make all the weapons is with these three things. So anytime you kill a mob, which you'll probably see as I'm like testing on stuff, you have a chance of getting a coin, a orb, or a blaster core. You have a chance of getting any of these from any mob. There are custom zombies in this uh, mod, but you can get them from anything. I think they do have a higher chance from the custom ones. I know for a fact the orbs, yeah. Um, so these coins you can trade to him to get one of the other two things. Oh, I messed something up there. And of course he disappears. But basically, what happens is when you talk to him, he'll have an offer for 1 coin you can get an orb core, and for 5 coins you can get a blaster core. Everything here requires a blaster core. The only reason the orbs exist is for this. This is a grenade launcher, and that's all these orbs are. These orbs are grenades. You can use them as just like as grenades, but they don't work well. I don't know where they are in. They be under potions? I don't know where they are in here, but I'll find them once. Here they are. I should grab some of these now since we need them for the grenade launcher. So there is a water one, which does little water explosion effect, has a thing on it. It's good. Electricity, wind. Whoa, I do not remember that. But wind, as you can see. Fire, and poison. These all have different abilities. Well, as you can see, they're all different. And they all, burn, throw enemies upwards, electricity, water. Water actually might as well be a flashbang if you use it on a player, because it gives. Or is there an ice one and I'm forgetting something? Because there was one that gives. There's an ice one. That's my bad. So this one is the flashbang. It does. Yeah. There you go. So that yeah. The problem with these, though, is that if you're using these in-game, you can't throw these. These don't throw. You have to place them, and when you place them, you're always going to be way too close to where you're placing it that it's going to hit you if you're just trying to throw these normally. Before I move on to the rest of the guns, I would like to just say that if you're not a fan of overpowered mods, you can pretty much stop watching now, because everything in this mod is very powerful, and if you have other mods that bring in other entities, it would make it a little bit harder, but this mod is powerful. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's very powerful. Oh, there is one thing though. This mod is not really compatible with a lot of other things, but that's kind of buggy stuff, and I'll get into that a little bit later with the guns that I've noticed that with. So, does this not? Oh, okay, lovely. I set all this up for nothing. Wait, can I? Oh. Ah, okay, I can do it like that. Um, so the first one you're most likely gonna get, because I did these in order of like what is most likely you're gonna get until like right about here, because right about here I did it off of like kind of favoritism a little bit. Um, but so the first one you should get is gonna be this. This is the grappling hook. Really simplistic. You can hold it to charge it for it to go further. It pulls you, and there's no structure here because it's a flat world. But if you let me just real quick. It launches you much. Okay, that missed. It launches you upwards more than forward. That is continuing to miss. What the hell? There we go. See, because it doesn't go like directly to where it's supposed to. It does go a little bit higher. So you can use this to scale very high things very quickly. So it is really good. A glitch that I have noticed that they have not fixed yet is if you hold it and max charge it and switch slots, you can duplicate them. So if you want multiple grappling hooks or you're playing with friends and only had enough for one, you can do that. It's something that just kind of happens. The next one is the first blaster, which is just a very simplistic, like assault rifle. Shoots like mid-range, good damage. It's really simple with just a blaster core and some iron. As you can see, it does decent damage. You can kill an iron golem in a mag. I don't know. It is nice, simple. One of your first guns you're gonna get. The designs of all these are also very, very nice. Oh, wrong one. This is one of my personal favorites. This is kind of your like marksman rifle. Longer range, more damage, less ammo. You're gonna get this a little later on because you need redstone for this, so obviously about the same time, but little bit later just because you gotta go a little bit deeper. Next is these, which I also love. These are the Akimbos. Animations on these are amazing. I love everything about them, and they give you a speed boost, as you can see. These are close range, and they. Oh, actually, you can go a little bit long range with them. So, but they shoot very quickly, don't deal a super like lot of damage, and they reload quick. So they're very useful if you're just like running and gunning, doing stuff around your world. This is your SMG type of thing. High fire rate, lower damage. This one actually does seem to have a bit of a shorter range. I forgot I need to be doing the iron golem test more. And as you can see, there's like a reload bar. You can see how much ammo you have left. And how these weapons work on durability is every time you reload, it uses some durability. So if I see, there's the durability now. Reload goes a little bit lower. So they all reloads are the only thing that takes their durability. And if you are playing with keep inventory, another glitch I learned is that if you're playing with keep inventory and you are like almost out of ammo on one of the guns, like you have to reload, if you die, it'll reload the gun and it won't take the durability. So just a little thing if you want to keep a gun a little bit longer. This is the scatter. It's your shotgun. Really good. Gives you speed, jump boost. It also, you can rocket jump. The thing is, though, I'm in creative, but right now, if I wasn't, this would deal hellish damage. It does not. None of the weapons that you can rocket jump with give you. Why is that not working? None of them give you like damage reduction for falling, but this is a good one. This one, oh whoops, this one only costs gold to make, so it's also pretty cheap. Then there are these ones. These you need to go to the Nether for, surprisingly, and all you need is a cherry blossom biome, and it's like, and I think it's quartz. They're just kind of cutesy. They shoot hearts. They're slower versions of the Akimbos. That's kind of it with them. They're not really too special. Then there's this. This is the Wind Blaster. Love how this looks. I wish you two-handed it, though, because you can see there's another handle right there. They should have made it two-handable, but it is also really fun. This does not really deal a lot of damage, though. It's supposed to throw entities upwards. I don't know why that's not working now. Huh. I don't know why that's not working now. But it has, like, a decent range. Oh, there it goes. That's funny. It works on the iron golem, not the other thing. Or, not decent range. It does decent damage, because obviously these guys can't take fall damage, but for any entity that can, that is going to be a lot. This is another weapon you can... Oh, this one does give you feather falling. That's actually new. This is new from the last time I played this. That does seem to not... I don't know, last long enough. Okay. So yeah, so this one you actually can use for movement. That's actually new. So I'm glad they did that, because this weapon was kind of useless in my opinion. I used it like once just because I was curious on how it worked in my world. But it didn't really work well. So now that we're at the throwers, I want to talk about all of anything that shoots a bullet. So these, the wind one might work because it's area of effect, but anything that shoots a bullet or a laser has problems hitting certain creatures. Like blazes were one of the creatures that I would have to use a thrower for because the other ones wouldn't work. So let me grab the akimbos. See what I mean? Like you're gonna hit give or take half your shots, but there's sometimes a lot of the shots that just don't register with some of the like ghostly creatures. So I think like Ghast is the same way with it, where it just sometimes the shots just don't hit. These have really good range. But that is why, whoops, oh, there, too many buttons. That's why the throwers are all really nice, because these will hit anything because they go off of a throwing system. This is electricity, obviously. Also he dropped a coin, so there's your sight of how the coin system works. Very good. This is probably one of the first throwers you're gonna get, because this is just quartz and lapis. Then there's the snow one, which is same idea, but ice. Gives this thing, which I think does that same blinding effect that we saw in the grenade, but I can't shoot it at myself. But it also gives the targets slowness to the point where they can't move. So this is really good if you're trying to like fight against wither skeletons or something that's chasey, that's gonna mess you up if it gets too close. Next is the flamethrower, which I wish the animation was a little bit like nicer while moving with it. It is a little bulky, but it is very nice, and the range on it is very good, as you can see. Like that is far. It's hard to tell with like the different camera angles, but like actually, it was just out of my range. Yeah. So range on this really nice. You make this with blaze rods. Simple to make. This is the sulfur one. This one you actually could have gotten a little bit earlier on because I think it's just gold and something else. But I put it over here because this is where we like started getting to some of the laser weapons, so I kind of wanted to keep some of these a little bit closer together. Did I forget a blaster? No, it was over there. Okay. So this is kind of like that first SMG one, where it's just more bullets, less damage. This thing has a lot more ammo though, so if you're trying to compare it to anything realistic, give it your, say, basically it's your LMG. Next we have this. This, unless you happen to find something with Silk Touch, you probably won't get until later. This is the Warden's weapon, and you need to get a Skulk block, I think it is, to get it. But it works just like any other Skulk weapon you've ever seen from any other add-on. It's just the Warden's Pulse. Singular fire, really high damage, not great range. Huh. I can't tell if I'm missing or if this really is just dealing that much damage. And with Doc, since he just appeared, I'm going to talk about him for a second. He just appears randomly during the day. He will appear right next to you, and you can trade with him with whatever coin you have. Yep. So this would basically be the upgraded version of the scout rifle right here. What is next? This one, the concept is great. The look of it is really good. But the actuality of it, like, I love, if you can look up in the top left corner, like, the look of the gun looks amazing. It looks like a big Nerf gun. But in actuality, it's not great, because it's called the Explodo Mob. You literally shoot out mobs, and these guys are not friendly to you. It's not like you're shooting out friendly entities that will then fight for you or something. These will still go and start attacking. So, actually, I didn't know this could shoot Enderman. But, so, like, if you want to use this as, like, for farms or something, I guess, like, to get enemies during the day to farm, like, again, spiders, Enderman. I know this can spawn creepers. I don't know why it's choosing not to. But, and as you can see, this will destroy the ground. There's a skeleton. So I would suggest, if you're trying to, like, make something with this, don't obviously make it out of something that's blast proof, because that's gonna mess up your world. Next is the grenade launcher. I did not spend a lot of time with this in my world. I like the pulsating effect on the barrel, though. I didn't notice that. I didn't spend a lot of time with this on my world because it wasn't... I don't know. There were so many other weapons that I felt were better. I don't think, at least from my testing in the game, unless they changed it recently, the durability on this doesn't go down because it has ammo. So you have to just worry about getting ammo. And then, whoa. Yeah, see, those wing grenades are heavy. And as you can see, as I'm firing it, it's getting rid of the rounds in my hotbar slots. Okay, no, they did change it. So it does now it does now break as you shoot it. But yeah, so it's nice. It doesn't destroy terrain. It's a decent area effect. Just not my favorite. I feel like there's better things for cheaper, because it's not that it's too expensive. It's like a dispenser, some iron redstone. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like there's better weapons for sure to use a blaster core on. This is the player launcher. I did use this for a bit while the wind one, because the wind one didn't have that effect that it now has. So this shoots you. You are the projectile. And accuracy, a little annoying. With the suit of armor, I bet it would be a little bit easier because of how the suit of armor works. But yeah, as you can see, it just throws the player. So it's good for getting around quickly if you want to get around, especially like in the nether. How? Okay, we found a new glitch, everyone. So, apparently, if you fire one of these things and wait for it to say 0 and then drop it, when it reloads into your inventory. So, duplication glitch for another item in this. I doubt they'll fix it. They still haven't fixed the grappling hook. So, grappling hook and player launcher can both be duplicated if timed correctly. This should actually be all the way down here, but this is when it starts coming to, like, favorites of mine. These are all late game ones, basically. None of these you're going to get super early on. Half of these are nether related, and a couple of them are end. Your end, your netherite, your blaze powder, like, you need to be a little bit further in. This takes a netherite bar, which I don't know why. Like, it looks cool, the concept is nice, but for how it is, I don't know, I feel like a netherite bar is a bit expensive for this. Because it is it's a laser gun, it's simplistic, it's, you know. and it works. That's another bug that happens sometimes, but it only happens when flying, so I doubt it'll be a problem in any game. But if you're flying while shooting these, it does like a weird double effect. Just knowledge for people. But yeah, so it is cool. I like the design of it, but I've never used it because of which gun? It's this one does netherite, and this one's much better in my opinion. This is the end blaster. This takes, I think it's an Eye of Ender. And it's just cool. This is one of my personal favorites. It will, as you can see, destroy your world, but it does good damage, does an area of effect, and it's just fun. I did use this thing for mining one time, which actually worked pretty well, surprisingly enough. This is the overcharged. This, I think, is like emeralds and diamonds. That's why I say it's a little bit later on, because you need to have spares. And it's just same thing as this one, but a lot quicker. So love that thing. That thing is great, and that thing really destroys when it comes. Like it killed the Ender Dragon really quickly. It also was able to take out the End Crystals also really quickly. This is one of my personal favorites, to be honest. There's only these last four are my favorites, with this last one being my absolute. But this thing is just perfect. And now that we know about the one-shot thing, I want to see if I can duplicate this. So how this one works, let me get an Iron Golem out, because this is the only thing that might survive this, is you shoot it, it pings a target, and then will just pummel the area. And it will hit multiple if it didn't miss. There it goes. It will hit multiple target. It is not a singular target thing. And it is just, it is a great weapon, in my opinion. It does also seem that this counts as an entity, because they are getting mad at it. So that also might actually help you in a fight. I do want to see. So you can. Okay, so any of the weapons that have one shot, you can. Oh no. No, that's picking it back up. Maybe not. Okay, no. So never mind. You can't duplicate this one. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I couldn't fly. So you can't duplicate that one, but that is. Oh, yeah, it's happening again. Okay, I guess I'm not flying anymore. Okay then. This is the black hole, which I think also takes. I think it's an end rod and an ender. Yeah, and an ender eye. Not 100%. Don't like quote me on that. I don't know what I killed over here, but it dropped a lot of batteries. This. So it shoots out a wave that will damage anything on the way of the wave, and then it just spawns a black hole. And yeah, as you can see, the damage is big. So I could just see it kills on the way, and then once the black hole starts, it'll start sucking and pulling things in. And it is devastating, this thing. You can't really use it for mining, though, because of how the black hole works, because it doesn't really drop blocks, as you can see. Like, it drops some on the edges, but mostly everything just kind of disappears. Oh, wait, that's also a one-shot. I wonder... Ah, you can duplicate these, though. So the black hole one is another one you can duplicate. That is actually good to know, because I do love this one. That time I didn't duplicate, but... Again, bugs are bugs, so they're not going to work 100% of the time. Last two. This is the solar. This is I think the best looking one, especially in how it fires. I have to admit though, how the particles work, I don't know. Because as you can see, there's micro explosions in the like bigger explosion, but I don't know which of these smaller particles are counting as explosive particles and just animation particles. But this is really fun. I really enjoy it. It does take a while to reload. This is also a one-shot, so I am curious. Yes, you can. So you can also duplicate this one. Good. That, again, great. takes blaze rods, and this is my absolute favorite. This takes blaze rods, and it is just perfect. It is just I gotta spawn because the noise it makes, how it fires, just everything about it. I'm honestly surprised that didn't one tap all of them. This thing usually kills everything. But it is just... There it goes. The sound, the animations, everything about this pistol is like... If anyone's ever played Destiny, this gun reminds me of Golden Gun. It's just like... It's great. I'm gonna see if I can duplicate this real quick. Can, so this is okay. So any gun that's basically only has one bullet, you are capable of duplicating. Why is it raining? Also, I said this was going to be a smaller, or I was thinking it was going to be a smaller video, and I guess not. So this is the armor set you get with it. You can choose. This is a jetpack. I do love how the armor set looks. The armor set looks really nice. It's a bit bulky. I'm not going to lie, but it does look very nice. Helmet, boots, and leggings are all, and the chest piece, only the chest piece though, are all quartz and diamonds to make. That's how you make this armor. The jetpack you have to make with quartz and blaze powder, and when you're making them, the jetpack and the backpack, or the jetpack and the chest plate are two different things. So you have the chest plate, and then you make the jetpack, and then you can craft them both together to have it as one thing. And that should, oh my god. I keep doing this, and I should stop doing these in creative. I should just start doing them in survival. So this is, I'm also gonna do game mode survival. So it gives you fire resistance infinitely, and it gives you absorption, again, basically infinitely. So you constantly are going to have extra hearts, you're constantly going to have fire resistance. And the flying, kind of simplistic. It works well though, but it is kind of, I wouldn't say creative, because it's not like you can, you can't like stay at one place. But as you can see, it gives you slow falling, gives you levitation, has a nice animation to it. It's like... It works. It works for what it is. And with all the guns that I've been showing off, you can now understand how, like, for some let me just... That you could fly up and, like, fire one of these things to get, like, a bigger thing. So you're not as close to the blast radius, because as you can see, it will indeed one-tap you. Oh, because it duplicated. But yeah, so as you can see, they are very dangerous. Very dangerous. That just ruined all of that. Yeah, whatever. I really enjoy this mod, personally. I think it's a great mod. Again, I do warn you about destruction of environment, but if you do want to turn that off, you can turn off blaster explosions if you just want the sound effects and the damage without the, like, explosive effects. But honestly, I don't think it's as cool that way, but it's personal choice. If you want to keep your world more safe, I say do it. I like having craters everywhere. I think it looks cool. I think that's everything. Again, the duplication bug, that's a thing. This mod is very overpowered. That's another thing. And the slight thing with certain entities not working with some of the guns. With the explosive weapons and the thrower weapons, you're kind of good. You'll hit the target no matter what, because it's area of effect. But with, excuse me, what was, that you'll find guns that work. You'll find entities that won't deal damage. You'll find guns that work. You gotta play with it if you do want to get it. And like I always say, because I'm always gonna fucking can't say that. I'm always gonna shout him out. Echo Soldier. Soldier? Is that right? I think it's Soldier. Um, he always does really good videos. He did a good video on this as well, going into the crafting recipes a bit more, going into all the like its and bits. I like to focus on, actualities and what goes wrong. But yeah, so I think that's everything. If anyone wants me to do a specific video on something, I have a lot of add-ons that I might just start doing more videos on, and if anyone wants me to do one specifically, I will look into it, and I will get it myself, play with it, give feedback, the usual. And yeah, have a good day.